Wow. The front lifts like you're going to take off. That's an amazing feel I'm again having after my first drive. In the automotive world, there have been a lot of comebacks. Many of them were not been successful, but some of them were mega hits. And I think right ingredients are the mantra for the success, which is modernizing, keeping the iconic elements, loading with latest features, and selecting the right drivetrain. And I have bought one machine which I think is the combination right. This is the GMC Hummer EV, which is a comeback of the Mega Hummer in an electric avatar. Let's check out if it'll be a big hit with the right combination. Welcome to Flywheel. If you're an auto enthusiast, I don't think I need to tell the story of Hummer. When I was kid, it was a big news when Hummer came out from USA for the US Army. But I was very happy where it was actually implemented during the Gulf War. But as a machine, it had its own capability, its own identity, and it was a massive vehicle. The big man Schwarzenegger actually civilized it, and after that we have seen Hummer one, which is the Humvee, and later the H2 and H3. But the fate wasn't great. They had to shut down. But now, with Chinese backing, they introduced back Hummer in this electric avatar. And with the modern electric iconic SUVs, this is one of my favorites. I know there are other SUVs as well, but with G580, I've seen one thing which is kept the core. Likewise, in the Hummer EV, I felt it has maintained what Hummer is all about. Last time when I bought Cybertruck, I told rather than Cybertruck, I will always prefer this. This is my friend's car, and I have driven it many times. Then I had also driven another friend's car, which is black. So I'll be bringing both the footages to give you a glance of how it looks in white and black. Anyway, this is one car which has, a statement which actually enhance the beauty of what it origined. I don't know how much of you are electric guys, but this car is not just electric. You have a big mammoth, full-sized pickup or SUV which can propel you like a takeoff. That's something brilliant. Anyway, we'll check out how it looks. When I said modernizing the iconic design element is actually you can see here, Hummer wasn't looking like this in the front. It had round headlights and all, but still with this glass grill or grill-like treatment, you still feel it's Hummer because other things around is heavily masculine like the original Hummer. Glass bar actually illuminate, especially when you charge. You can see light bars going around. Headlight is LED. The thick bumper. You can use this heavy hook to tow your vehicle or tow someone back. There is enough air intakes for the AC cooling and other things. And the bumper is raised to see that macho off-road tire feel, which again was a Hummer thing. Huge bonnet, small greenhouse from the front also give that truck-like feel. And modernizing means all these light elements are on the part of design, the huge bumper is there. But other than that, it's an electric, it doesn't have an engine. They made use of that space for a frunk, which can be operated by key and button on the inside. This itself is a huge space to carry your stuff. Isn't it amazing? Anyway, I like it to see this way. Among the all three old Hummers, H1 and H2 I liked, but not the H3. So it has a combination of H1 and H2 rather than H3. You can see the bonnet is raised, a huge wheel arch which is squared, again looking masculine. And this wheel will look macho with the smaller wheels and bigger profile. Greenhouse is smaller than the body portion, but it's again a big vehicle, so it's actually big. You can remove the top, which I'll show you later. Again, the huge side view mirror, doors without frame. Again, rear door also without frame. The C pillar. Up to this is very common with the SUV, and from there it is the pickup portion, which is like longer than the normal SUV. So all put together, it's become the real Hummer. Real Hummer was a pickup rather than SUV. Even the civilian version, there was SUV and pickup, and H2 initially was SUV, then later came pickup also. So this proportion, silhouette and the masculine feel actually originated from the first second Hummer rather than the third, which is why I love this design. It's quite huge. There's a step also to get in, and you need that step for people like me to get in. So towards the rear end is the charging port. It is integrated very well. And when you come to the rear, you can see a vertical light treatment. Hummer logo, it's huge. Bold bumpers, again hooks are there. And you can even have a trailer hook if you want. So all can be done. This can be operated electrically to, you can split this to keep any smaller things, and if you want to keep bigger things, it can be done here. Again, this can be used as step as well to climb onto the, oh, it's all heavy, come to the pickup area. Again, pickups are meant for something and you need to utilize the space, but one drawback is the spare wheel is kept here, which eat off almost one third of the space. What to do? You can't drive a car without a spare wheel, and all this thing can be done manually. When you come to the interior, again you feel that chunky, massive look, but it wasn't like the old Hummer. That's what I said. Update with latest features. So you can see, you can see there are two screens, which is essential nowadays because everything is controlled on the screen in most of the cars, and infotainment, navigation, lot of other things is required for the modern day. So that all been kept very well. It's in a different layout, but there are good graphics which keep you in a, which entertain you whenever you switch the mode and all. You can see that later. And there's a row of switches which is again very useful, especially while you drive. Big center console is there, but the Hummer H1 had the bigger one. Even the H2 has a bigger one, I guess. And nowadays the car skins are broader because a lot of safety elements go inside the doors and all. So inner space comparatively will be lesser, but still it's a very roomy interior. There is charging portion. There is cup holder here. Again, there is a huge glove box. Can have a tray inside. The steering wheel is not so big. It is a good thing. It is optimized. The screens over here is also good. Big dashboard. The dashboard elements, vertical air vents on the side, rectangle, and other air vents here. All put together give you a very different feel, unlike any other normal SUVs. Seats are not huge, but seats are enough for people like us. Good side support, good backrest, and the headrest is also rightly optimized, because if it's a huger one, backseat passenger will have a block in front of them, which is not a good thing. There's a mirror cam which can be used as mirror, as well as the visual can be used virtually. There's a glass top which can be removed, but the glass is a fiber glass which also is protected with heat and tint. All the four pieces can be removed, make it like a hardcore open top vehicle. So the beige color and black color options are the many other color options, but white, for white it matches very well black and beige. Moreover, there is a good sound system from Bose, and the grill also has some graphics which again match up with the graphics inside. So altogether, it's a very spacious car. Definitely has a smaller greenhouse, but you don't feel claustrophobic because the glasses are actually large. And I feel this interior is good for a modern Hummer, which is a compact, and quality is also appreciable. So this is a home screen. So I'm not going through everything, but I like this option, the off-road. Select the different drive modes. See, aux 1, aux 2, all other. It's a 360 camera which you can select all the side. Even the hood camera is also there, which is good for off-roading. And when you see the tire pressure things, you can see all of that there. And the off-road with the terrain, we have the tow haul, which for the trailer you can see huge spaceship is going there, and normal one. So these are the graphics which really look very attractive one, which I said. And if you want to do the diff locks, you can do here, which is basically locking the electric motors. That's got two motors. I'll explain while you drive. Anyway, this is the drive modes, and There's another crazy feature, which is a CrabWalk, which can be selected from this off-road mode. Since it's a huge pickup truck, there is enough space like in a big SUV, and you will feel very roomy, especially with all the glass over here. And if you're sitting in the rear seat, the floor is little high that you have to keep the thighs little higher, but the seat is comfortable. There is space to keep your leg forward. You can accommodate three people, three adults actually, comfortably, and there is a small handrest with the cup holders. If you keep something on the cup holder, there's no space to keep the hand, but there is enough space here to keep your phone charging, AC controls, all other. And this roominess really matters. And as I said, the seats are in the front are not so big, you're not getting blocked with the view. It's a very practical family pickup. Rather than calling SUV, it's better to call as pickup. SUV is also same in the space and dimension, and it's very comfortable and roomy. I really liked it. Hummer EV is actually like the Terminator. Not the Schwarzenegger Terminator, the Terminator. Because Terminator started as a villain and then became a hero. And after that, you can see a lot of series, but the Judgment Day is what I call the real Terminator. And in Judgment Day, what we have seen is actually a comeback of a villain in a very sophisticated, good-hearted guy. That's what even here I'm feeling with the Hummer EV. It's now good-hearted. Even though it's electric, it's got two motors. One which is driving is the top end with 1000 HP and 1800 Nm of torque. And it's having a very different feel while you're driving this. Of course, a lot of the Hummer elements still exist, which I'll explain you. But there is no sound, there's no engine growling sound, so everything is luxurious, very sophisticated. You can select the drive modes electronically, and if you select the off-road, there are two very good features which are gimmicky as well as purposeful. One is the CrabWalk, very famous for Hummer EV, and second one is the four-wheel steering. Both are actually meant for support in the off-roading, but like we have seen in the G-turn and Maybach's bouncing suspension, this is something people enjoy it and have fun. That's what I'm saying. In Judgment Day, our Schwarzenegger have been a little funny. It's how the Hummer EV is also. But it's a massive mammoth vehicle, and it has huge wheels. It's a boxy shape. All this are reflecting while you're driving it. There is drag, maybe less than what original Hummer was, but still you can feel the sound hitting on the body and that wind noise, all other in the Hummer. And the big chunky off-road rubber also giving lot of road noise, which was also there in the Hummer. And other thing is, you can feel you're driving a heavy vehicle. It's about 4.5 ton. That can be felt, but all this put together, you're getting a very different feel. That's what I'm saying. It's a unique EV. Now, there are EVs like the Cybertruck, like the G580, and like the electric G-Class. Likewise, other SUVs also there. But Hummer EV is different. It's a very capable machine, and the capability right now we could experience only on the road. But still, that is fun. I'll show you what it is. Oh, wow. The front lifts like you're going to take off. That's an amazing feel I'm again having after my first drive. And that's common in some of the electric vehicle, which I really enjoy. And this car with such weight that can be felt, you are literally leaning back, but that's a fun. Really loved it. So when you take this roundabouts, you can feel the size, weight is leaning towards the other end. It's not reflecting on your steering, but on the physics you can see it's a huge machine taking the turn, and see, you can see me leaning. But that is what actually happens when you are driving a heavy vehicle. But still, you can enjoy a drive if you are in a speed limit. You can't exceed the speed. And if you are in an area where you can't exceed the speed limit, you can enjoy a mammoth ride like this. As I mentioned, the glass top look fun, In this weather is fine, but when I'm driving the other black one, it is in hot summer, so you can hit the sun directly. That's why I take a precaution by taking the cab today, but so far it's not been so hot. This rear view camera actually is very helpful. There's a very small window behind, and there is a pickup area. It is actually better to have this camera in use. You can judge it properly on the rear. Talking about the range, with 52%, I'm having a 278 kilometer left, which means the top range which we get is around 420ish. But fine, if you are in a place we can charge, like in a city, there are chargers, then you can maybe plan accordingly. Or if you're planning to go for a expedition or cross country drive, I think electric are not still the best options. So, in practice, actually, if you're having a family vehicle to roam around in style and show off a little and have the fun of the electric motors, it's a really good option. I would pick this over Cybertruck any day, but personally, my pick will be a G580. Considering it's a G wagon, I'm fond of it. Secondly, it is a little more capable. It can do better off-roading. It has got 4 motor, and obviously, it is lighter comparatively, lighter than the Hummer EV. But unfortunately, I don't think it is doing well in the market. So this one has a demand. So even if you are changing your mind to get something else, I think it has that better residual value. So all this put together, Hummer EV is a very different EV, and I really love this car. I actually wasn't a big fan of Hummer, to be frank. I loved the Humvee and H1 and H2 lesser, H3 was no. For me, it is not like, very fanboy moment when it was coming back. But when I came back, especially after driving, I was fond of this. So that way, this is an amazing machine. And if you are in the market to try out this, please do. And if you are in the market to get one exciting EV, definitely this will be something you should consider. Thank you for watching. I'm Hani Musthafa. Please do like the video and share it to friends who would love to see these machines. And please do subscribe to our channel if you are not done yet. And click that bell button so that you get notified whenever we uploading a latest video for you. Until we meet next with another exciting machine, stay tuned and happy building.